spend their lives in high salaries. Johannesburg is a mess. I live in Jewel Street, okay, and I've seen the danger and the disaster of xenophobia. Twice now, Jewel Street has been bombed to pieces. We sit there in fear as every shop is smashed to pieces. Car lots is just like bombs going off as they explode. As youngsters come out of the hostels encouraged to fight against people from other countries. And people from other countries in Jewel Street have actually built Jewel Street. They've built shops. I can get my car fixed. I can get my computer fixed. I can get anything fixed in Jewel Street. Immigrant people come with new ideas and bring new cultures. You can go to a shop there called in Jozi, Nigeria in Jozi. You get your food. I had a visitor recently from Nigeria. He wanted Nigerian food easy. I went to that place. I got him exactly the food, and I was happy to host that person that I lived in a neighborhood he could get the food. But I've seen the smashing up. The next day we go there. We used to go to the shop. Now for 2 or 3 weeks, it takes 2 months to fix things up. There's no shop for us to buy anything, and it has solved nothing. It has solved absolutely nothing. It's just smashed up. The whole area is burnt to pieces, and nothing is solved. Johannesburg municipality are criminals in the way that they conduct themselves, in the way of their neglect of people, of the way, as Comrade Sabaya talked about, the housing crisis in Jewel Street, Jeppy's Town. It is hugely overcrowded. Okay. I try and look after a park there that the children can play in. The municipality don't cut the grass, they do nothing. The houses are overcrowded, the children have to go somewhere to play. I do my little job to try and look after that space and keep the papers clean and cut the grass. The municipality is absolutely hopeless. And alongside them, the government at the top. We have to fight the corruption of the ANC. We don't need the ANC anymore. I come from the ANC. I was a supporter of the national liberation struggle right from 19 Futsak. Okay, when I started to wake up, all right. I was a young white boy playing in the suburb, and at 16 or 7 I thought, hey, something wrong here in this place, man. You know, why are people getting treated like that? So I joined the struggle because African people accepted me and have built me. Have built my ability to speak today, to have the privilege to come and join with people who care. I am a socialist, so I have a greater future that I'm looking for. And that future is in the people here today. When I hear the comrade from Inner City speak, how proud she is, how she's built her spirit, and we built her spirit together. That's where I want to be, and that's the future. The future is a revolution in this country, built from below, from the community, saying what they want, and being in charge of how it must happen, how the money must be spent, and the richness of the whites in this country must be confiscated and redistributed. When you go to the white suburbs, okay, and there's still white suburbs, it's still all clean. All the new municipalities making nice roads, and the lights work out there in the north and western suburbs. But here in the inner city, where African people live, or in the townships around here, it is a disaster. All right, you're lucky to get your garbage picked up, and we are also subjected. I mean, we had 3 weeks of our voltage. Okay, other comrades have more of a hard time than me. These comrades have got no water and no electricity. I've at least got water sometimes and electricity sometimes. But for 3 weeks we had 90 volt. We sent so many complaints. We spent, if you get on a cell phone, it costs you 70 rand to try and get through. You get through to the person and they say, yes, hold on, and then it's gone. Then you must wait again. Okay. Then we had to pay the city power electricians. Each house had to collect 100 rand. And in 30 minutes our voltage was back to 230. I mean, really. We had know what kind of life are we living here. Okay. So Anyway, we all understand, and our xenophobia is hateful. It's destructive. I've seen it. New people moving bring new cultures to our country, new entrepreneurial spirit. Wonderful people have come to this country, and we must open them with our welcome arms. Just like in the national liberation struggle, people were welcomed with open arms into other countries, and it caused those countries a lot of problems. In Mozambique, the South African government financed Renamo for the civil war. South African government financed UNITA in Angola for the civil war, for the destruction of these countries. That is the past. All right, we're glad we defeated the Boer, but we haven't defeated them properly. And the ANC has capitulated. I mean, it's been a disaster in a sense for our own spirits. Our spirits where we put our hearts, and there are many decent ANC people, many who put their hearts into it. But as soon as getting into government, when you start to ride the fancy cars, when you get the lunches every day in Parliament or in the council, your psychology changes. You don't now live in, many not councillors live in here, they live in the suburbs. Their children go to the private schools, etc. All right, they leave us. And we have to build a movement where people cannot leave us. Where if we have a councillor or a representative, they must stay where they stayed before. They don't move to the fancy suburbs. Well, the fancy suburbs we'll have to break down and immediately house all the homeless. If we have a revolution, we will move into all of those houses that have, here you've got 5 rooms. You've got 2 more families or 3 more families down this tomorrow, just like the Russian Revolution when it was in its healthy state. Anyway, the future is in the movement from below, and we must move it. We've done a lot of work on Palestine. We have that slogan, free, free Palestine. We see the disaster and the inhumanity. But I had to say to the comrades, all right, there's enough people on the Palestine thing. And the best way against imperialism is to build our own struggles in our own country and to defeat our own ruling class. The ANC at the moment, in Parliament, they passed that they must stop the Israel embassy. They must, and at the top, Ramaphosa and these fancy people are still going, no, I don't think we can do that. There's somewhere in another piece of paper here, but the whole Parliament has passed it, even his own organisation. And that shows how weak-kneed they are and have no principles. We are building a movement of principles, of people that are not bought off, of people who care for other people and want a different society. Comrades, thank you for the privilege of being with you, and thank you for allowing me to speak. Amacha. Power. 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 Thank you. Very good.